Hello, vicarious mercenaries, proxy ninjas, and pop culture PhDs. Welcome back for another Tactical Tuesday late night edition of the Rec Room, coming at you from Studio E on Hyperstream 2.1. Hope everybody's doing well. So, contrary to me normally not having anything to talk about, I do actually have a couple things going on tonight. Yeah, trying to keep it a little bit more interesting, get some under the hood stuff, some of my 2 cents, and then get into some MechWarrior 5 after that. So, if you're new to the Rec Room, whether you are a creator, spectator, or somewhere in between, this is your virtual lounge for pop culture randomness, a double dose of gaming, and a splash of dry humor. So, currently, we're specializing in strategy, stealth, sandboxes, and of course, shenanigans, real world, virtual, or other. So, any of the above. So, I guess kind of under the hood and housekeeping, kind of one and the same tonight. So, I've mentioned last few episodes, been working on some experimentation. So, we're pretty much good as far as, or at least as good as we're going to get anyway for now on the high def front. So, we're at least in 1080p for the time being. Now the new mission has been to try to figure out what's going on with YouTube's algorithm. So I think I've made some progress here. We were uploading some stuff for a while, got some views, and then for some reason we had a spell of a couple that had no views whatsoever. And they were uploaded at different times, different content. So there's one of two things I'm trying to narrow it down to. One is either A, the source in which we upload them from, which could have, in those last two cases, was from Odysee, and then yet again, our Sunday official episode from the from our official outing with Mercenaries 2 came from Twitch, and that was back to normal of somehow being fed into the YouTube algorithm, and we got some views on that. So we actually did pretty well with that one too. So we ended up getting 17 views, I think, over the course of like 24 hours or so for that Mercenaries 2 episode. So whether that's real people or bots, thank you. So if it's especially thank you if you're real people and clicking on that. If you're bots, I don't care. But hey, keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure it can't hurt anyway. So it's kind of interesting if there is bots. The reason I suggest bots is just because a week or two ago, when I was looking at views on YouTube, the numbers were at a certain level, and then when I checked again later, they'd been reduced. So typically, if you go up, there shouldn't be a reason to come back down, especially since it happened to two videos at the same time. So my thought process says that there might be bots on the platform, and YouTube might be going through and like scrubbing the views or something to make it a more accurate view count. So I don't know the reason for that, but it has been interesting to try to study the algorithm and the mechanics from an outsider's perspective. And I share some of that just because again, people might be in the same boat contemplating streaming, or maybe you're into streaming and not sure. So I always kind of feel like it's better to share knowledge than kind of withhold it, because I have mentioned before that when it comes to competition and these things, people have a tendency to hang on to trade secrets because they don't want to then share that information with somebody who's in the same realm and then have that person succeed off that information and then therefore have to work harder for doing that. The internet is a weird place and it already shares a lot of information. And so, in this case, if I'm competing against other people in similar gaming realms or otherwise, yeah, I might create more competition, but hey, there's already a lot out there anyway. So, what I wanted to do is just share my discovery, therefore, of YouTube, and also contrast that against what we've seen on Odysee. Odysee is completely different, because they have a trending section, and usually about the top dozen videos in their gaming section count as trending, and they'll show up in other category views. And it's complete whipsaw for or whiplash, something like that. I don't know if I'm saying my terminology right there, but the success we've had with that, because like just last week we had our Ninja Gaiden Black episode take the first spot, and then our Sunday episode couldn't even break into that dozen. So that has to deal with competition, and it's a good kind of competition. There's other content creators regularly putting content out there, and what I thought I would do is share what I've discovered about the algorithm, because what I've also noticed is there are hundreds of videos being uploaded regularly to Odysee, even for gaming, and it surprises me that there's maybe only a couple dozen entities who are regularly posting content. So I don't know if people are not aware of how to boost their content, or Maybe they're just doing it as a hobby, in which case that's perfectly fine. You know, they're not worried about promoting their content. But at the same time, though, in order to build an audience, it's critical to get your content in front of people so they can see it. So unless you're promoting outside on social media and the platform has means for you to do it, you might as well leverage it. So that again would create competition by me sharing that, but at the same time, that completely depends on those who are willing to leverage the information. So what I've noticed, I think the Odysee algorithm boils down to three things. One of which is the time in which you release it. I've rarely seen something reside in the trending section for maybe about 2 to 3 days tops. And that's one element. So the thing is, there's part of the algorithm has a decay factor that after something's been in there for a long time, it'll start to drop down. The other one has to deal with the amount of activity. So basically, if it gets a lot of views, if it gets a lot of likes, there's something about the algorithm that will then keep that in the top section longer. The other one, which is built into Odysee itself, is to use the credits they have and apply those to your video. So basically, because I'm newer to Odysee, I mean I've been on there a year. I guess there's been some structural changes. Like they had this cryptocurrency or this blockchain. It used to be library, to my understanding, and I think there's been a disconnect between that crypto and the Odysee platform now. Uh, but you gain at least this credit by getting views, by getting likes, and watching content. There's other ways that you can earn a little bit, but I'm sure a lot of that's going to come from people getting like tips, or at least by getting view clicks. That's what one of the things that helps you earn credits. So some of these entities who have been on the platform for a very long time are able to allocate a large number of credits onto their video. So let's say they just recently released their video, by applying as much of those credits they can, that will help keep their video in there longer. So somebody like me who does not have a high credit base has to apply as much as I can, and I'll barely break into that section. So it's advantageous to promote your video so that more people see it. Now, you're always going to have this commensurate rate. So if people are creating content the same amount, the people with the larger following are going to continue to grow faster than those who don't. But at the same time, if you're the little guy way under here and you're not doing any of that, you're going to have a harder time trying to get exposure to your video, unless you're going to hustle by going to other people's content, promoting on social media. So why not leverage the tools that are available? So Odysee has a credit-based system which you can use, and then it's not like you are spending that credit. You can then remove it from the video, apply it on to the next one. And I've seen people with these obscene amounts of credits they have, and I don't know if they've been on just from their being on there a long time, or if they have large enough audience where they're able to turn those credits. But because we don't get nearly as many views, it does take longer. But that's where the next element comes into play with your content and your consistency. You want to make sure that you're still going to put the time in, because you never know. Well, like as we experienced with Ninja Gaiden last week, there was a drop in their content, so it gave us a chance to pop everything back up there. Also, there's other elements that go into it. I mean, I'm sure everybody's familiar with the shock faces that are on their thumbnails. So coming up with a good thumbnail is important. We kind of err on the consistency approach. So when you see our thumbnail, it looks the same. I'm not always trying to change it up with a shock face or a reaction face, and eye-catching text. I mean, trying to keep it simple, but the idea is the consistency is there. So those are just some of the things I've picked up, and I hope maybe that will be of benefit to any of you who are looking to either explore the alternate platforms or understand just the craziness that goes into the algorithms. And the reason I'm bringing that up, so that is essentially the under the hood kind of stuff going on. And I'm going to stick on the word competition here for a second. So competition was kind of involved, but it's also relevant to what I was going to talk about from my 2 cents standpoint tonight. So I believe it was a couple weeks ago, I was watching some content that involved talking about some of the things going on with BattleTech, and that's relevant to us tonight because we're dealing with MechWarrior. I must have forgot last week, but that's okay because I actually have more stuff that is mech or mecha related tonight that I can tie in with that. So, um, I've had reservations about the BattleTech franchise here for a couple years now. Reason being, I'm not somebody who's super engrossed in the lore. I know I reference that because I don't understand a lot of it, in terms of the in-game stuff. I've only had a few brief encounters over my long gaming history with BattleTech slash MechWarrior. I may have tried MechWarrior 2 when it was on the Super Nintendo. It was not a great experience, not a memorable one. So that was my first. I think then the ones I really latched onto were the Mech Assault games for the Xbox, the original Xbox. And then around that era, I may have seen the BattleTech books thinking, oh, that's cool. You know, I was really getting into like the lore, like of Halo and other things. So I'm like, to see books, I thought that was cool. Now, I never got into them, but I remember there being books, and then something probably happened with the licensing. Those books kind of disappeared. So I knew lore and content existed, but never got into it. So when more games started to be developed, especially with the BattleTech game from Harebrained Schemes, I believe, a few years ago, I was excited to see more content, especially since it gotten into turn-based stuff via XCOM. But that unfortunately became the red flag for caution. Well, I guess yellow would be yellow flag, but at least there was a cautionary tale attached to that. I think that was probably the first and maybe only game I have ever backed. And I don't think this is content I necessarily have gotten into, especially since it's been such a growing process with the Rec Room over the last year. Um, so at that time, that game only came out for PC. I backed it, and then when I got it, I was actually not all that impressed. Now, part of it was the game's budget probably only afforded a very dry artistic art style, not crazy cinematic. So that's not a deal breaker per se, but it didn't do not a lot to capture. From another artistic standpoint, the colors were just earth tones. I personally don't like earth tones. I mean, MechWarrior here is rich and saturated colors. Even the other Mech Assault games were like that, and so that was another thing of concern. So the story kind of fell flat. And now one of the other issues is my PC wasn't running it very well. Now that's not to fault the game. That's my hardware. So I get that. But once it got to the pilot screen, I'm like, oh, here we go. So that you have a nondescript pilot who, my understanding, had like no vocal content whatsoever. Maybe they did in the story. I don't remember. But when you're starting to pick pronouns for a mech pilot, there's something where you've completely again derailed the property by taking a militant agenda and wedged it into something where it didn't need to be there. So I'm not going to dwell on that, but the point was that became a red flag before coming into MechWarrior 5. I did not know what if that kind of process would affect MechWarrior. Now, over the last few years, I've at least done a little study. There's two major camps. You've got the BattleTech franchise and you've got MechWarrior, and there's different ownership all across the board. I mean, I know Microsoft had some stuff with the games, and the FASA or other companies had BattleTech. So I don't fully understand if there's a singular entity controlling them. It's not interesting enough for me to follow. But the content I was referring to a couple weeks ago was talking about how there's just been this massive push from like a communism rule to like go after people of different values in the BattleTech community, and that usually is kind of like a dividing line for me whether I stick with a franchise or not. Because I've had that happen before. At least I don't know if from a gaming standpoint, because usually something has already pushed me out the door. But when it comes to gaming, once I know something is no longer of an enjoyable presence because there's some like rain cloud just ready to dump on something and ruin the experience, it kind of creates the question mark of, do I want to continue with this? So I kind of went through that mental exercise with MechWarrior 5. As I mentioned, I have not really seen much in MechWarrior 5 to be of concern. And that's a good thing, because a game should just be a game. It shouldn't have to be a bunch of controversial items, because you're then going to divide your audience. Just make it somewhere in the middle, and people are going to play for escapism, entertainment, and then you're good to go. But that unfortunately is not the overall nature of the gaming industry now. So it makes it very difficult to find something. Now you've got, for me, there's two major elements. You've got the economic factor, but then you've also got the worldview factor of what's going into the content. So I know a lot of games for me are already out the door because of there being live service. But then if you start to pile on what could have been an awesome game that didn't have live service stuff attached to it, and then you throw other stuff in, it does create a sour experience and potentially could jeopardize the enjoyment of that franchise or future playthroughs. Another reason I also put an emphasis on standalone copies is because the game is the same at the way you bought it, and it's not going to continuously get changed from patch updates to correct the perceived evils of former ideology and so on. So I haven't seen that with MechWarrior yet, and I'm hoping the DLC does not rain on that parade. So as of right now, I will plan on continuing going forward with MechWarrior 5. Um, but there will be this asterisk to know if there's anything with the overall BattleTech slash MechWarrior property that could eventually lead to this maybe the last entry, because I don't even know where MechWarrior 5 Clans is going to go. So I know they've released a trailer, and I know that's coming out for the next console, but as of right now, the game has not, wowed enough to be like, okay, you need a new console for that. But at the same time, because it's a story-driven experience, it's hard to know. Are they going to play it safe? Are they going to, take chances with the nature of their content? So I did mention the word competition. The reason why competition is also a good thing is because there needs to be healthy competition to give people choices. So I have alluded to this. I already even said directly in some cases that I have started to gravitate much more toward anime in recent years. And talking about MechWarrior and anime is a great combination because Japan is known for a lot of mecha anime. Now in the West, we have MechWarrior, BattleTech, not much else beside Pacific Rim. I always struggle to think of any other Western mech properties. Now I favor those because I like the gritty, the industrial style. It's not that I don't like mecha. It's really hit or miss though, because Japanese anime, or at least Japanese mecha content, creates highly fanciful content. Mechs have like crazy angles and jet boosters and some of these things that just seem like impractical. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's an artistic thing which may gravitate preferences one way or the other. So recently I have been revisiting one I watched. So it's called Aldnoah Zero. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but a friend recommended it to me a few years ago because they knew that I have a love for Code Geass. Code Geass is still my number one anime to this day, and it's considered, it is a mecha anime, but it's also got its quasi Space Force royalty, and actually Aldnoah Zero, I'm noticing some very big similarities. So I don't remember much about this other one, so it's kind of a fresh experience to be going through it again. I'm only a few episodes in, and for the most part, I'm reminded the characters are pretty flat, kind of boring. But what it does have some cool mech or mecha content. It does wedge some 3D or CGI in there, of course, with a traditional anime approach. And there's some neat things, so I may have more to say about that in the future. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because that's an example of having good competition, to have other stuff or other content to go look for. So it would be nice to have more content as competition within a Western culture, but you still have content or competition within Eastern culture, or one versus the other. So there's always plenty out there. The chance is, like, who's willing to do the amount of work and put the time in to either create a new entry in a franchise, or just create a new franchise, or make a new entry in a franchise without making a lot of external agenda choices. So yeah, that's my 2 cents for the most part. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to tie in some anime and some other Japanese content, and then kind of just be aware that there is other things going on with this franchise that are of questionable origin, because it's really not good for a developer to alienate their fan base. And there's definitely some things I saw, and I'm not even going to necessarily point to the content. A lot of people may not care, and it's not my place to say you can't have your opinion or you can't enjoy your stuff. I'm just expressing that it's much better to play it down the middle so that you can have a larger audience. I mean, economically, even that makes sense. But what's starting to happen so much in it's Hollywood and the gaming franchise is like, hey, we're going to take care of just this small group over here, and all the rest of you get lost. I don't really subscribe to that. So that's why we do focus on games that are a little bit older, or at least standalone. So there's a little less of that going on. And that's why we're just sticking with MechWarrior 5 for now. And that's why we have other game choices. And I think that's all I have. So we are on episode 63. Crazy. We are in the 60s. The number of episodes, the amount of content in this game, whether it's pristine or not, we know some of it's procedurally generated, but at least there's still a lot to dig into. And I call the episode Truth Sticker because we're going to try to get to one of the scripted missions called The Truth That Sticks. It's somewhere in the Capellan Confederation, the green spot, the quasi-Chinese kind of domain, even though 1,000 years in the future, it's kind of weird how all the houses work. And again, I don't know how that works. But that's the plan for tonight, so let's get this rolling. How much time did I put into yak in there? Probably about 20 minutes, a little overboard. Let's get you some sound. And then we will try to pick up where we left off. Okay, so I must have saved here after we... I think we're at a neutral location because we were en route, but I know funds are getting kind of short on the gas side of things. So we may have to take on some scrub missions to get us there, or if we get there, we just may have to knock those out so we can get some money built back up. Where are we? That's right, so we added the Griffin job. I don't think we'll see one of those, but I think just for the sake of adding it. We still haven't seen a single quick draw mech since we started that one. So star map, where are we at? We are trying to get over here. We only have 2.7 million, and we need to pay out 2.3 in a short period of time here. Did I start on repairs? Yes, repairs have been started, so money's already paid out for that. We may actually have to take one of these on unless we got a destruction mission. Oh, it's demolition, so maybe we'll go do some demolition stuff here. That's also demolition. How many days is it going to take? 27 days, so we're going to spend some gas money and be broke and hopefully have enough after that. Is this one too? No, that's Scorched Earth. Hate Scorched Earth! Not to be confused with Scorched Earth in the 90s, which was a rather fun derivative of the Gorillaz video game for DOS in like Windows 3.1 in that era. They actually had to, if you're not familiar with Scorched Earth, it was a tank game where you had to pick your angle and velocity, and you had cool missiles you can buy and stuff. So not the same Scorched Earth. There's also a Battlefield one here, too, which actually might be some head-on stuff. So maybe if we go here, we might be able to take out both these contracts without too much complexity. So let's do that. Cheapest on the gas, too. Alright, what do the contracts look like? 32s. That's easy. They don't like us very much, so probably not a whole lot of cash going on, but that's okay. Things are almost repaired. So we got I kind of forgot we got this new Shadowhawk. What is this? Ooh, that's going to cost us money. Get rid of it! Squash the spider. Okay, good. So that puts us at 2.1. So I must have gone through a purge and got rid of some other stuff, like our duplicates of the fire starter. Maybe I finally moved the battle master. Yeah, so I got rid of some redundants here because we've been paying out like 2.5 to 3 million regularly. And of course, we got heavy stuff like the Atlas, which soaks up a lot. And the thing is, I don't even have enough 100 level mechs, even if we've got anything else in here. It would cost us, and I don't have them outfitted. See, I think our Zeuses are at 80 if I still have any. After I sold them. So yeah, the King Crab, which is insanely slow. Not all that impressive. So yeah, really we can't even field the 400 tonnage. So, alright, so if our mission is going to put us in the 230s, we're probably going to roll some mid stuff, so maybe I'll wait for the Shadowhawk to be ready. But let's go take that on. Yeah. You know what? Demolition will do the... I'm going to do the fire starter, the demolition stuff. It's much faster. Alright, so damage coverage, no salvage, all cash if we can. Yeah, so let's get some money rolling. Yeah, we're over. Who's the heavy? Yeah, the 90's not going to work. Sorry, Mahoney, you can't have that. You can have... Thunderbolts? Oh wait, that's my laser. What's my laser battery? Get rid of the catapult. Well, I still got the catapult. Hunchback. Yeah, you can have hunchback. Bingo! That's what we like to see. So thing Captain Mason over here still got to work on missiles. He needs ballistics. She's maxed. He's got just missiles and the other stuff he'll get automatically, but ballistics and missiles mostly. The linebacker. Alright. I think we're good other than waiting for our Shadowhawk, so let's do this.
You see, we're operating under Special Executive Order 768-04. That's it, Special Executive Order 768-04.
Launching.
Attention. Prepare for BattleTech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Warning. You're about to be thrown out the airlock. Never mind the giant gap.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems
Oh, I forgot the fire starter.
Destroying the more stabilize the opposition's grip on this region.
Man,
Something our benefactors
this won't be as
are
fast
willing
now.
to spend a great deal of sea bills to see done.
I want a leopard full of sea bills. I want a kiddie pool the size of a leopard. I want the leopard in the pool, floating in sea
Good
bills.
start, Commander. I'm showing major damage to the target facility.
Major, huh?
The area
The whole thing just goes.
Keep going.
Oh my goodness.
Target identified. Bring it down. Leave nothing left for them to salvage.
Like puncturing holes in before we even got to it. That's just like bringing the whole frame down. Tinfoil housing.
Just a wee bit more, Commander. This complex is on the verge of collapse.
Alright, so this thing's overheating if I do the lasers. Oh, can't walk through the walls.
Mission complete, Commander.
One shot took out
To be very
15%.
satisfied with this result. Head to the evac point for extraction.
Oh, I'm gonna overheat. Why is our other boss still way back there? Okay,
Enemy mech destroyed.
where is our extraction point? Better not be the way. Ah, let me go around the corner. Who wanted to see sparklers?
Once you've found the targeted asset, move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure. That's close enough. Ready to start pickup operation. Brilliant.
Hey, look, guys! I grabbed a toaster!
Threat eliminated.
A job well done, Commander. Stand by.
Oh,
to
was that a
pick up.
dragon down there I could have shot at? Look at that salvage points. Those are literally hanging onto that dragon job forever, too. Well, that's good as long as we didn't take too much damage. Good, we're under the qualification there. Alright, we'll take one of those. Don't want that. This is heat sink. Good. Alright. I got time for repairs without paying too much. Yeah, it costs us a pinch more. Deal with it. Rather than flying out. Nothing to see there. Okay, moving on. Let's get a save going here. Glasgow, Scotland. Alright, we'll take this one too. Alright, now they're a little happier with us. Oh wait, this is a different group. Yeah, we'll pick. Yeah, let's go an extra one. Maybe we'll find some stuff. Yeah, why not? Mind the weather, Commander. Alright. Yeah, we'll wait 19 days. Reload them all in their less damaged condition.
Attention. Prepare for BattleTech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Nice sunny place.
We have the opportunity to pull off a big payday if we can maintain this position beyond what our contract stipulates, Commander. That said, Farhad will never shut up about it if your mechs return to the hangar with
Oh
plans
yes,
to its
shred in
cheese.
my Omer bundles.
Good luck. Commander, you've got the Ops Force's attention. They are converging on your position. Brace for hostile contact.
Nice shiny building, reflecting the horizon in blurry form. Or some trees. 13 enemies, that's not much.
Target acquired.
Get over here.
Mobile units on the move.
Oh, something's coming after us that we need. Missile carrier.
Splash target.
Now, you got him.
Target acquired.
Get him. Excuse me, Mr.
Hostiles
Warhammer.
inbound.
I'm
Brace for
strafing
contact,
here.
Commander.
Target destroyed.
Missile barrage from Captain Morgan and the Flaming Pink Dervish.
New target trebuchet. acquired.
Right, too. On up to play. Hey, I don't recall 22. What's happening? Thanks for stopping in on Build. This game is MechWarrior 5 on the PlayStation 4. Kind of our weekly outing of just regular carnage. It's got long-running content. It's kind of like mindless and wash, rinse, repeat kind of stuff. Oh, there we go. I had to pop his head on that one. Alright, 9 more. Where are they at? Oh, coming from both directions.
Heading along a trajectory that intersects with your position.
Call this an opposition sandwich. Very heavy on the
That is
mayo.
the class of beetle we're after. Take it
Where?
out.
Cicada. Nah, I'm not intimidated. You keep running. Oh, no, got commando. Man, I'm missing an arm already. Where'd you go? Just 'cause you run under me doesn't mean I can't hit you. You're done. Good job. Bug squash. The end. 3 more.
Looks like you've got their attention. I'm showing
I'd say so.
multiple hostiles incoming on your
Blowing them up
position.
will do that. Oh, we got another dropship coming in. Okay. Quit hiding on the cliff. Ain't nobody got time for that. Bad as our bots when they get stuck on the computer. Nobody cares. And pop goes the weasel.
Target acquired.
There you go. I don't recognize this music. Strange. I don't know if they snuck any new tracks in on us with the DLC. Ah, I got the high ground. Just because I spent last week hating on Star Wars doesn't mean I won't a reference or two.
Target acquired.
You take a long way around. Please don't missiles at me. Come on, Quasimodo, do something. That's right.
Target acquired.
The end.
Continuing to converge on your location.
Alright, so armor's a little crispy in the red. We might be able to take on one more. Or maybe some light stuff. Forgot to spend a ton of money in repairs. It's not like they give us a lot of money for taking them down anyway. Thanks for cleaning up. Here's $5. We'll wait for him. Come on down. Could have sent us a quick draw or something. Next. Anybody else? See, we took out 2 mechs, and that's only an extra 100,000. Not worth the time. Yeah, it used to be a rainforest around here until the mechs landed. Okay, enough of that. I think gonna hurry up their destruction. We need them. I still have, there's a line from Mr. and Mrs. Smith. For some reason, it was cut out of the home release or the DVD that I have. Or Vince Vaughn's like, I don't get out of bed for less than $500,000. That's what some of these jobs feel like.
Additional contacts just cross the perimeter, Commander. Expect company soon.
Well, if they get here before we leave, I'll be glad to destroy them for extra cash. Otherwise, it's tea and cookie time. Yeah, ain't we? The show must go on.
Dropship on approach, Commander.
Good.
Prepare for extraction.
Somebody call for a leopard on a string. Good to see some people stopping by, and we got some going on over on Twitch there, so I'm glad to have anybody who's watching. Alright, so yeah, even with the extra salvage, that only gets us the trebuchet, which we have one of, and we really don't care. So, let's see what we have here. Maybe someday, by the time we finish this, I'll actually take an interest in burst lasers or pulse lasers, but not yet. Well, actually, maybe I will take the trebuchet unless there's anything I want with missiles. You know what? Let's take all the LR-15s. And we'll take that laser. And another 2 points. Alright, we'll take it. Okay. So I guess we'll take the lasers, even though we don't care. Not bad, 84k for 2 mil, so I'll keep the damage down. Good. Alright, so let's fly out of here. Let's get on with our main quest. So due in 90 days, so we just paid out our other stuff after the time the mission was done. At least we got some gas money to get us there. Can we fly to a repair hub on the way? Doesn't look like it. So, let's either fly back here, which is 1 jump, and then we'd come back over here for probably 200. So that's going to cost us 200,000. We'll do that just in case they popped anything interesting up in the industrial hub. Yeah, I guess I never really spent any time talking about the details. It's become so second nature, but for anybody who's not familiar with the game, you can do repairs in certain areas where it costs you a lot more, or you can fly to the industrial hub where it's a lot less. It's like a neutral zone where there's not political pricing and all that kind of stuff going on. So you kind of got to weigh the math of like how much you're spending in gas versus how much repairs would be if you didn't fly out. I'm not that good at doing the math. It's just kind of doing rough estimates, so we spend a lot less that way, but if you have to spend a lot to go out of your way, then, well, it's a wash. Okay, so let's check the equipment in the market while we're here, which I don't think there's a whole lot to write home about. So even if we wrote home, it wouldn't get there because it'd be lost in space. Yep, nothing there. Mechs, Centurion, Dervish, Firestarter, Raven, Broken, Wolverine. Don't care. Why is this lit up? Oh, because it's not broken. All right, carrying on. This is where we're headed for tonight. Let's see what this has here. Oh, I was incorrect. It is the only truth that sticks. So, well, there's only one truth anyway, so I don't know how there would be any other truth that does not stick. Don't mind me. I just get hung up on weird, rando, logical things. I have a hunch just based on the geographic location. I have probably been here before and probably done this one, but until we get into the context of it, I cannot tell you if I've done it before. 70. For what type? Ambush. With securing the location. Okay, so there's a little bit more going on here from a tonnage standpoint. Let's get another save in here before tackling this beast. And it is a part 1, so there will be multiples, or at least more than one. All right, quit hitting the wrong button. Oop. Hit the wrong button again. Okay, let's take on this 70. Let's definitely get some damage coverage here. I'm gonna have to roll out something a little more interesting, like... Ooh, that's not good on cash. Yikes. Downside of them not liking us. So what do I want to pilot? Let's make things interesting. Go something a little bit more beefy than my Shadowhawk. You do this or the Victor. Go laser heavy with a lesser LB10X AC solid, or you move like a slug in the Victor. I've only got 3s on here as well, 2 lasers and a lot more missiles. Speaking of missiles,
I need a missile.
Hate the movement speed on this thing. You know what? Let's go with the Battlemaster. Kind of like a grilled cheese and tomato soup on a cold day. So it's like with the Battlemaster. Plus we got our extra lasers and a few missiles on there. Alright, so we still got 50 to spare. We could probably bring this up another 30 points would be for the Atlas and another... Ooh. You're going to be short. Can't bring you all the way up to the Cyclops. So there we go, 310. Sorry, Morgan. You're still riding the pink beast over there. And that should do it. Here we go. So, we're doing some assistance in securing the area. Artillery! No!
Reactor online.
Where's my eject button? I don't want to go on the mission.
Weapons online.
Oh,
All systems nominal.
Yep, I remember this one.
We must first
This is
take
100%
control of a
familiar.
large telecommunications disk used to communicate with the capital world of Vestala
This
4.
one's tough.
Given its importance to the
a
security
lot of
of
stuff we're
Vestalis
fighting.
3, it is heavily guarded by planetary militia. You are
Now
to
in the-
assist the 2nd Confederation Reserve Cavalry with clearing the island of all militia defenders. Once the island is clear of all
Oops, shouldn't have stepped
hostiles,
on that guy.
cavalry infantry will move to secure the communications array. Do not fail us, Commander.
Enough talk. Let's fight.
So, this is going to throw a lot of mechs at us. And now, when I did this in the past, I may have not had such fulsome arsenal or tonnage capacity. So hopefully, at least by piloting this and still moving at a decent pace, we can get these taken out before getting bombarded. It's tough when they're throwing stuff at you and having to do the artillery. Okay, man, I can barely see that. Look at that. See, we're gonna get opposition. I'm just trying to get to the... Yeah, they're throwing stuff at us. Get out of here. Boom. Go away. And I think we got 2 sets of batteries here. We got 4 here, and then we have another 4 on the opposite side, so we still gotta keep running. Of course, they put them on a cliff, making them highly inaccessible. Sorry, these artillery batteries are not disability friendly. What legal organization do I sick on for that? Disability. Get out of here. Okay. See, there's the other set of 4 halfway across the map. Looks like our Atlas is hung up on the other guy. He's not taking as much damage yet, though. Yeah, what about the one shooting? Oh yeah, it's crowded over here. He just tries to thin this out, but not get rained on. Yeah, I got jab.
Another enemy dropship incoming.
Of course there is. Is that dragon? Oh, crap. Alright, I can't even turn tight enough to get on these guys. There we go. Okay, so if they're coming this way, I want to head toward the beach and get away from these guys.
Enemy reinforcements inbound.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a whole nother batch once we head this direction, too. So they're going to get us coming in, going. Yep, there's not shit behind us. This is a nice, pretty landscape. Well, at this point in the reception of the beachside resort. That's alright, there'll be some activity here soon enough. Pardon our walking. I definitely struggled with this one in the past, but I'm not as bad this time. Ah, now they're raining on us. That's interesting, so they weren't raining from all the way across the island. Leave Streeter by himself in the Atlas out in the backyard.
I got it.
He's like digging in the dirt. Maybe building some sand castles. Let's try some missiles on it. It's not a little short. Alright, enough with you dumb artillery. Get out of here. Ain't digging me a foxhole anytime soon. Now let's just start bringing a bunch down the hill, or at least the other ones that they've dropped on us. So red. Oop. Very, very bad assassin. Bring up. goes the javelin.
Missile.
Look out, Commander. More enemy mechs inbound.
Hunchback, eh?
Target hunchback.
Go on. Get off.
The enemy are deploying still more reinforcements, Commander.
I'm just realizing I've got my good lasers on this. That means I can't be screwing around. Especially with this much opposition coming in. Alright, let's take it to the beach. Maybe they'll come to us. Is that the dropship? I'm a little crispy there, Streeter. What have you been doing? There's one. There's two.
Flee.
Oh, not the flea. Five.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Or is it just four? I couldn't count because they're doubled up on the radar. No, still 3, 4. Hey, meat puppets, get out in front. Oh, we got an assault one out here. Let's go around the mountain here. What are you doing? You look stuck.
Target acquired.
Alright, small stuff out with the fight.
Target destroyed.
Around. Why are you making me turn so sharp? Oof! Breakdancing. And going critical. Not so awesome. Headshots, please. We'll blow them out too, that'll help. There we go. Extra not awesome. Still like 2 more plus VTOLs. A lot of red.
Target acquired.
Don't need to get very down these guys.
Destroyed.
Watch me, Spider. Come on out. Dead Spider. Come on, Assault Mech. What you got? Apparently. Battlemaster v. Battlemaster.
Commander, fall in with cavalry and assist them in securing all facilities on the island.
Can't get that.
Operational secrecy is of
Okay.
the utmost importance, so ensure that no one attempts to escape. Shoot anyone who attempts to flee this island by air or sea. Once the facilities are fully cleared, we will discuss the next phase of our plans.
Well, you just told me to do something, and you went to fade to black. Alright, Battlemaster needs repairs. May not take that in on the next one. Let's see here. Alright, 2 mil. What are our damages? Okay, we got Can't afford any of those guys. Maybe we'll take some missiles. And we got plenty of level 2s, apparently. Hopefully, level 3s, we'll take those. Streak glue, I got one of those. I guess we'll take one. Machine guns, might as well. Level 2s. Starting to rain like crazy here. I hope there's a power outage on the way. Okay, we'll take this laser. Get these. Oh, we're in the negative. Never mind. Now let's do that. I don't care about the other stuff. 300. All right, we got that covered. Still short in Igor. Oh, we finally got a quick draw. About time. Alright, where are they sending us for number 2? Wait a minute. They're sending us all the way up there? So we gotta fly all the way out for this mission? What's wrong with you? Do I have to then pick one? What's going on? Aww. That's disappointing. So let's make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I picked... Did I not see a part 1? Yeah, this one was already on the board. And that's not the direction we're going. So our next likely ones are... campaign at an 11 difficulty, or this 11 at here, and here's the inner sphere, so this is the oldest. No more Kestrel Lancer ones, so at the moment we've cleaned up the Kestrel Lancers, so I'd be inclined to do this if 11 is our lowest. Let's see where that puts us. Yeah, out of the way. Way out of the way. Where'd it go? You kidding? The outer edge of the map. We're not flying all the way up there tonight. How about stop the launch? Where is this one at? House Steiner's getting closer, but maybe not by much. Where are you? Okay, that's a little bit more reasonable. Let's see if we can get to that. And it's demolition. We like demolition. Okay. So let's just go traipsing across the galaxy. We've spent enough time at this industrial hub. What else we got in between? We got 7 mil. We're going to have to pay out 2. Let's see if we can't get up here for repairs. We'll be able to hit this one up, see if there's anything fun on this one, and then hopefully take that one out. Experiencing a time warp. All right, transmissions. What we got here? Oh, there. Okay, there. Wait, what? Okay, so it's one of those cases in which you get the transmission after you leave. Oh, this game sometimes just confuses me. Why would they do that? We exited, then they give us a transmission. I'll probably have to send us back the other direction. So I was correct. It was a part 1, but they decided not to include it on the list. So now where is it going to send us? Back to the direction we came, of course, right? Yeah, right back to the planet we were on. That's fantastic. All right, since we're here, we're going to see what's on the hub. We shall see if we can knock out this and fly back for part 2. So we are going to be running out of some money here. check the equipment. Check for dragons. One of these days, gotta get creative and try this. This repeat fire. What was this? Rapid fire RF from the new Solaris Showdown stuff. Still haven't done it yet, or checked out the binary laser. Speaking of which, maybe since we're here, I think I had remarked putting the binary laser on the grasshopper. I think there may have been an issue with the tonnage, so it's got 2 laser spots. And it may have been the size. So large laser is 9 tons. No, wait, no. The binary is 9. And the large that we have on here is 5. So we need an extra 4 tons. Well, we've got 4 tons. We just wouldn't be able to put a second one. Yeah. Well, how are we doing on other goodies here? So we got... Well, let's try it. Let's put binary laser on the torso here. I've not had opportunity to experiment, so let's do that. And we still break even. Okay. Gotta do something new. Alright, we'll come back for Truth That Sticks after flying up here and taking on that one. Oh, that's even in the Wolf Dragoon territory. Yeah, we haven't run into them yet. Alright, let's fly here. We're gonna risk getting stranded in space, folks. Even if there's a hero mech, probably can't afford it. I don't see one. Alright, let's fly over here and get a save in once we're there. It's a 90, not fun, and it's a 400, and I don't have... I wonder if this was really one of those difficult ones. It's also got the Wolf Dragoons, potentially. Alright, we may take a shot at this, and if this doesn't go well, we're gonna go back to the Truth That Sticks. And it's a part 1, so it's even then it's kind of pointless. Can't really afford to deal with this. That's a 400. Alright, this is going to be suicide. I don't know if there's radar dish involved or... Because, I mean, if I roll with a fire starter in case you're getting rained on, it's just a matter of surviving. If not, I got to go something a little more beefy to survive whatever the onslaught is, the other stuff. Alright. Strategy time. And it may not be a very effective strategy. Murfred? Murfer? Alright. Kamikaze run on this one. Beef everybody else up, but yeah, let's get some coverage. All cash. Ugh, yuck. Might as well scope out the mission to see what we're up against for next time. Fire starter me, please. What's our speed? Oh yeah, our speed 130. Come and get me, missile. Cyclops for you, and whatever we can afford for you, Hatamoto. There we go. 195 points under tonnage, no problem. Let's do this.
Mr. Dumpling never attacks because he does not survive to attack. Because he is never ready.
We need some elevator music for our leopard elevator. Come on, Fahad, get the mechs deployed. It is time to run and get squashed.
Lionel Stance has stolen a nuclear device called a Peacemaker, and we need to make sure he doesn't launch.
Sounds
We've
like our
reached the
government's
first of
naming
3
convention.
relay
Whatever it's
stations
called,
that
it's
will
the
be used
opposite.
to guide the missile if launched. It's understandably heavily defended, considering what this operation must cost. We'll land just outside the base, and you can decide how you want to bring it down.
This is not just outside the base, Rihanna. Alright, stuff
Contact
coming.
enemy vehicle. Got another one.
I was gonna say, if it's an Igor, we'll take it. We got covered.
Target acquired.
Alright, level 90 mission, here we go. What are we doing?
Yeah.
We're defending this?
Target
Destroying it.
destroyed. Target acquired.
That must be the first installation. Stance has threatened to launch the Peacemaker to cleanse the Sky province of what he describes as foreign filth looking to taint
Alright,
the
well, we're
Isle
destroying it.
sky.
That's what we came to do.
This system already contains a large number of cities with heavy immigrant populations from the Federated Sons and Draconis Combine. So there's no telling which one this madman intends to hit. Which is why we need to level this facility as fast as possible, Commander.
So, we don't know which one he's going to destroy, so we're going to destroy one to find out where he's at. Anybody else see a problem with that logic?
We're making progress, but still have a long way to go.
That's an awesome knot.
Keep at it, everyone.
Yes, everybody, being mostly me, because our allies are in here.
Research generator destroyed. The fuel tank just exploded.
It tends to do that when you shoot at it.
I'm showing heavy damage to a number of the facility structures. We appear to be about halfway there.
Can't hit me if we can't catch up.
Just a wee bit more, Commander. This complex is on the verge of collapse.
Just call me the fence kicker.
Radio tower down.
Well, I've successfully taken out the perimeter.
Good work there, Commander. But I'm afraid I have some bad news. We've discovered that was merely a redundancy station to make sure the ability to launch was not impeded. We're not even at the main relay station. We're going to have to act fast to stay ahead of this one.
skull. Awesome.
Wow, awesome shot.
Operation DVG.
Target acquired.
Get out of the drop zone. That's a payout. There's the one awesome that go, ooh, yes, we do like level 4 lasers. Ah! The time I don't go with salvage points, and it's on demolition. It's probably only from shooting that thing down, so we can barely afford that. A 4 laser and another machine gun replacement. Good. We'll take it. Not bad for damage. Of course, I didn't even take all the damage. It was the Atlas. Alright, see, at least talking to us real quick. Where does he wants to go? Star map. Wolf Dragoon didn't even show up. Alright, same location? Yep, same location. Alright, if it's demolition again, we're gonna roll with it. But first, repairs. If we can. Still no hero mech popping up, but we can fly over here for 50k. And I didn't do the math. I think if we got 100 damage, we're gonna spend. Nah, I'm not doing the math. Never mind. Depending on the zone, depends on the likability. A little too much to process this late. Repair. Repair. Even at 10% more, you would have been another 6. Yeah, it might have been cheaper to not fly over, but oh well. Come on, throw a hero mech on there just so we can see something. Of course not. Okay, so excuse me. Back to this one. Mufrid. Don't mess with Mufrid. And we just paid our bills. How nice. In space, no one can hear you pay taxes. Alright, definitely time for another save, given the ultimate gamble that we just had there. So let's get this one saved up. Mufrid Part 2. Alright, we'll take your 90 contract. And it was a 90 and there wasn't even artillery involved. That's fantastic. And we did it with a fire starter. 65 tons underneath. Alright, so maybe, and stick with the damage coverage, and maybe one of those this time, just in case we can take out another awesome.
Careful, Commander. The sensors are malfunctioning due to the
Storm.
weather, and your visibility on this mission will be compromised as well.
You know what? I vaguely remember a mission now where actually there's a missile platform we had to stop. I don't know if that was part of this chain or a different set. Spent a lot of time on the loading screen tonight. Can't handle this much disparity in the tonnage.
It's a simple question of weight ratio.
Ooh, well, ultra dark Mars-like planet, extra red. Yeah, let's get some.
We believe this is the primary relay station needed to guide the strategic warhead for the Peacemaker. Taking
believe
this
you.
out will severely hamper Stan's ability to remotely launch the warhead. There's no time to waste, Commander.
So he'll
Bring
do it in
that
person
down.
then. Light years ahead of our Lance.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target
Destruction?
destroyed.
By now, Stan's
Yep.
militants will have been alerted to your actions. Though impeded, I have no doubt this will make them more unpredictable and desperate.
Whoa, those were bodies like literally flying out of the air. I saw that happen just recently and I'm like, that can't be bodies. That was like shrapnel or debris.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
It's just me and 8 machine guns. No, it's not waste bullets.
Sorry, Commander. I'm
I
showing
make walls
major
or
damage to
make
the
doors
target
wherever I
facility.
want. The fence kicker, the door maker, the fire starter.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target.
You've managed to demolish about half of the target's buildings. Crack on, Commander.
Most of which is 100% fence. Oh, look, is that Igor coming in?
Our payday is nearly here, Commander. Just keep smashing.
Hulk smash. Hulk too tired to smash. Might have been easier with an airstrike or something.
Well done, Commander. With the guidance systems down, the primary threat of a launch has been averted. But we still need to recover the warhead and take Stans out. We've just received new orders from House Steiner. They want us to hunt down a number of Stans in a circle that they believe possess the Peacemaker's detonator. Head to the evac zone and prepare for another fight. This isn't over yet.
No, of course it's not.
Took one down.
Alright, shoot some stuff on the way. Oh, there's a heavy out here
New
somewhere.
target acquired.
Damn it. Right arm lost.
What are you doing? Oh, that's a torso. Gotta go. No waste time.
I got it.
There's an Igor overhead, maybe a stop.
Is the class of beasthole we're after.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
it out.
Sounded like there was one. Where is it?
Yeah.
else got it. That works. Did you have parked any further, Rihanna? Parks in the furthest spot at the grocery store, worried about getting the leopard scratched. Must be a classic leopard enthusiast. Alright, minimize repairs here. Yeah, definitely the back looks like it's missing a couple pieces there. Alright, it's either we try to finish this one out. If it's a three-parter, we might be able to do it. I don't think we'll get much further on the truth that sticks, though. More concerned about the truth that stops the launch. Mil, that's what I'm glad to see. And, ooh, okay, that was worth it. Extra lasers. And I'll fix them up. Unless there's anything else enticing, which there is not. Under 10% damage. Part 3. Where are you taking us for part 3? Same location. Okay, so we might as well repair here. How much more? On second thought... Wow, that's like double? 100% more? Oh yeah, it's double. Alright, let's get this Igor one, which is fantastic. Ooh, medium lasers. So, yes, we definitely wanted that one. No, don't touch that one. Alright, so what'd that give us for lasers? Hopefully some more level 5s would be kind of nice. Nope, yep, that. Scrolled a long way down. Chem laser, definitely not. Alright, so we're at 7 5s on reserve. That's a good thing. No machine guns, 2 5s on reserve, a bunch of 4s and some 2s. Okay. Let's get our repairs done. Came from. Alright, let's get a save. Overwrite this latest one since we didn't risk too much there. Alright. So we're doing more destruction, but if we've got opposition... I don't know if the fire starter is going to be sufficient this time. Ooh, an airstrike. Coverage. Cash. Yikes. Really don't need the airstrike. If we have to destroy somebody, we might get something good. I'll take the chance there.
extreme weather warning is in effect, Commander.
Red blizzard.
You'll have limited visibility out there and have to contend with sensor malfunctions.
So we can still do some wrecking in the blackjack. Did I put the blackjack away? Where's the blackjack? Let's put the blackjack away, so scratch that idea. My next alternative might be... Oh, we haven't done the binary laser. Let's try the grasshopper. We still got more room, but... Yeah, we're still shy. 30 points, 10 points, 15 points, so... I think we'll just roll with this. Lasers and solid, so it's not going to be very fast for destruction, but... Oh well. Wait 6 days. Yeah, we'll wait 6 days. Order some food, get some takeout. Watch some space films. Staring at the Cyclops from over top.
Prepare for BattleTech departure. Warning. Hangar doors open. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons
Alright, we're
online.
gonna need some night vision here.
All systems
Oh yeah,
online.
kinda looking like it. That's extra red.
Intelligence has told us that Lionel Stans is on the move. We'll need to complete this mission in a timely manner if we want to be able to keep track of his location. Intel also indicates that there is a remote detonation device somewhere in the complex nearby. Its exact location is unknown,
overheat.
and since we're under time pressure, it's been suggested to just level the place altogether.
Got another one.
Level the place, she says. Alright, so we gotta go down this way. Oh, I'm in the canyon. Let's go around the wall. Okay, down into the abyss. And I do not. Oh, I do have jump jets in this thing. Forgot. Still jack the leg.
I got it.
Ooh, that's a
Let's
heavy over
take
there.
that tank
Alright.
apart.
So we're here for destruction. Wow. We're in flood. Not that though. Okay, I'm destroying the dishes. This is not super effective on the destruction at all. There's two.
Target destroyed.
Target neutralized.
Okay, this one's closer. And that can be friendly. Meanwhile, the bots are playing Ring Around the Ding Dong. More opposition.
Target acquired.
How about some support over here?
Target
How about some
acquired.
peace and quiet, please?
Target destroyed.
Oh, that what? That was the target. Okay. All right. Left. Opposition.
acquired.
Unknown.
Target destroyed.
I'm getting tired of being hovered by people.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
cramping my style. Got a party crasher. Seems we're on top of you. There, I have a large laser. Oh, we lost the large laser and the binary laser. I didn't even realize that. How that happened? Not the Thunderbolt. No, I didn't lose the binary, I just lost the large. Where's the LDX?
Good work, Commander. That's one less target. Commander, there's been a critical development. Stans is addressing all Steiner forces. Patching it through now.
Do you think your actions here make even the slightest difference to my plans? All that your mercenary lads managed to accomplish today was the massacre of loyal citizens of the Isle of Skye. I have already escaped with the Peacemaker, and rest assured, I will take the first opportunity I have to detonate it. Soon, that Benjamin Archon will know the consequences of her short-sighted alliance with House Davian.
Steiner forces are signaling for an emergency call to arms, and they want us in on the briefing and offering additional combat bonuses. Stans may not be able to launch the nuke, but he's still a major threat as long as it's in his possession. Coming in for extraction.
So in other words, if we're not sticking around here, that means it's a part 4. Playing with you either way. Man, yeah, it's parked super far away again. You gotta go all the way back to the original drop point. Still make it out of here intact. Everybody else is taking a beating now too.
What the hell? Component lost.
Walk faster. Finally, and we're getting buzzed by vehicles. Just keep walking to the outside. Yep. Yeah, look at that red mess.
Eliminated. Reporting component loss.
Ah, damn it. It's catastrophic on this one.
Enemy mech eliminated.
Ah. We got him on the way out the door. Don't have a whole lot of sentimental attachment for him. We've got other pilots, but he was our highest ranking one, so we shall see what happens there. At least injured, if not dead.
Splash target.
Rougher than expected. Should have been able to go in and out. Kind of did a whole zigzag, zipping around the objectives in non-efficient fashion. Well, I think that's probably gonna be about it. Starting to fade. We still got one more to do, and still go back to the others. Oh, damn it, 6 million. That's more than we got. Oh, I think that's a redo. That's no good. Ah, dude, we can't afford that. Come on, you got the leg blown off over there. Yeah, so that's a redo next week. Dude, how are we supposed to fly anywhere with you messing that all up? Okay, so... yeah, that's going to put us on a part 4. Alright, we'll have to pick that up later. All right, thanks for swinging in, hanging out. Whether you've been watching live or on the replay, thanks to I Don't Recall 22 for hanging out with us on Pilled there for a bit. I know we had some others on Twitch, and I don't always get to catch the others, but thanks if you've been online with us. So if you wouldn't mind, hit those likes, shares, follows, subscribes, and the red pills. And if you're around, we'll see you Thursday for some Ninja Gaiden Black, or we'll be back on Mercenaries 2 on Sunday. So in the meantime, we'll catch you later.